All right, everybody, we're going to check All-in-One Practice Volume 1, Supplementary Mock Test, Paper 3, Part A, the one that we did before the assessment. All right, so please take it out and we'll do the answer checking. All right, let's have a look at the situation. Here's the situation. The discipline committee at Tin Hau. Okay, so let me get the pen. All right, so it's about the discipline committee. Tin Hau College is planning to organize an anti-crime campaign. Okay, anti-crime campaign. You are going to listen to 4 recordings, 4 tasks to do. Okay, good. Let's go. All right, so let's have a look at the answer. To introduce ways to infinitive no change, fight against crime. Okay, where do we get to see it? First of all, have a look at the answer, take the answers. Fight against ST, crime. Do you know how to spell crime? We can find the answer here. Since we aim to introduce ways to fight against crime, so that is the aim. That is the aim. You hear the keyword aim. Why don't we call it fight against crime? All right, let's go to the next one. What kind of activities are we holding? Games day, venue, where are we going to have it? At the school hall, give yourself a tick. Students would learn and have fun. Give yourself a tick, learn and have fun. It has to be exactly the same. For task 1, I want you to have it exactly the same. You can ask a question in the chat box if you think you have another answer, but it should be no change in the verb because after modal verb, no change. Let's have a look at the tape script and see where we find the answers. Okay, how about games day? Games day, how about games day? Okay, let me get the pen. How about games day? Okay, then because students will be able to learn and have fun. Great, so you think, okay, then school hall, yes, school hall, tick. All right, next activity is an exhibition about crime prevention. Give yourself a tick for number 4, crime prevention. Items to book. 8 can be a number, display boards, but it has to be with S. Is it that you forgot the S again? I'm sorry, if you forgot the S is wrong. I would rather be strict than lenient on you now. Otherwise, next year, you think that is not a problem, but then it ends up losing all the points. Too passive. What are we talking about in the last column? The reason is too passive. So they don't want this activity. An exhibition, so book exhibition. Let's have a look. An exhibition, yes, this one, exhibition about crime prevention. We would need to book some display boards, and I think it would be 8 display boards, okay, with S. Right, what do you think? Far too passive for number 6, Let's go back to the answer key here, okay? So give yourself a tick. Next, number 7, a visit to the police, to our police station, or you can say to the, I accept the, to our police station or to the police station, both are correct. Target students, senior students with S, and if you didn't put S, I'm sorry, it's wrong. The reason is because students would learn through firsthand. Oh no, is it that you don't know that firsthand is linked together with a hyphen, it's one word, 第一手的經驗, okay? First-hand experiences with S, okay? You can see a star, that means a difficult question in task 1. All right, give you 10 seconds to do corrections or take the answers here for answer 7 to 9. And we go to have a look at why the answer is like that. I suggest a visit to the police station or a police station. I think students will learn a lot from that. They certainly would learn a lot through first-hand experience too. Okay, because here they did not use S for experience, I will also accept experience with no S. So without an S, it's okay. Give yourself a tick. All right, moving on. Ways to advertise. Make and upload a promotional video. A promotional video, give yourself a tick. Create a social networking page. Give yourself a tick. Networking, one word. Make announcements with S. Let's see if in the tape script they ask you to use plural here at school assembly. Same for this one. Let's see. Make announcements at school assemblies. Let's have a look. Oh, first of all, I'll give you 10 seconds to do corrections. And then we go and have a look. All right, so target senior students, that was for answer number 8, but we are now moving to 10, answer 10, a promotional video. Yes, promotional video, not promotion video. It has to be promotional video, okay? Social networking page, yes. That's a lot of information here. And then maybe some people start daydreaming, and miss out the whole thing, okay? Because they were daydreaming, okay? And then don't daydream, keep writing things down, okay? Last one, number 12, at school assemblies. Oh, they did mention S, so yes, you need to include it, use a plural form. For example, we could make announcements about the campaign, okay? If you copy the whole thing, at school assemblies, we could make announcement about the campaign. Let's have a look. That is also okay. Rephrasing it, paraphrasing it is also okay. Putting the venue at the back is okay, but you need to use plural form for announcements and assembly. Plural form assemblies and announcements. Now, the total score for this task 1 is 12. So write down the score that you've got obtained in task 1, okay, 12 marks. Okay, next, task 2. Let's have a look. What do we do? Okay, Martin Fong, they're talking about the kind of speaker they are going to invite, and then they were voting. Okay, let's have a look. Felix, put a question mark here because maybe for him. Samuel is a tick. Let's have a look and see what Annie said about Martin Fong. Annie. Okay, here, for more than 10 years, okay, Martin, very experienced. So it seemed to me that it's really positive here. Okay, more than 10 years. And advantage, all of these are positive. So yes, more than 10 years with S. If you do not put S, then it's wrong. I'm sorry. What about Felix? What did Felix think? Felix is here. He's a famous speaker, positive. I don't doubt that. Okay, so here we have positive, but I'm not really sure. Okay, that tells us, hey, maybe it's negative or question mark, doubtful. Okay, doubtful. In that case, the answer should be question mark. He's doubtful. It's a maybe for him. I'm not really sure. We should invite him. Okay, let's have a look. Why? Let's have a look at why. Why do you say that? Well, pretty tight budget, okay, and we quite expensive. Okay, the reason is because it's expensive. In fact, Susan charges least. All right, suddenly Felix talked about Susan. So let's go to see, first of all, take the answer for number 13, number 14, number 15, and then we'll go to number 20. Number 20 is about Susan. Susan Yim, Felix thinks that charges the least or least expensive. Okay, charges the least or least expensive. So Felix prefers Susan more than the speaker above, which is Martin. Okay, Let me go back to number 20 so you get to check it. Please check following the order that I'm explaining the answer. Okay, charges the least. All right, moving on. Number, what happens now? What happens now? Here, Susan is my first choice. Okay, that double confirms that Felix likes Susan, the speaker, more than the other speaker we talked about earlier. Okay, Annie said, Felix, do you have a point? Okay, here, Susan has an edge and she knows how to interact with students, and that is positive point. So Annie likes Susan as well because she interacts with students. Susan interacts with students, but here we have verb to be. Okay, so you need to use to infinitive, no change, to interact with students with S, otherwise it's wrong. All right, so give yourself a tick here. Next, let's continue. I'll give you 5 seconds to check question 18 to 20. Question 18 to 20. Okay, moving on. All right, so here Samuel said, rude to staff. Who is rude to staff? Who is rude to staff for, who is rude to staff? Oh, okay. It's Susan, right? Susan is the rude person. Rude to staff? I'm not sure. So when it's not sure, it's a question mark. I'm not sure, it's a question mark. So here, rude to staff, tick, and we put a question mark for Samuel. All right, moving on. I'll give you 5 seconds to take the answer for number 21 and 22. All right, moving on, everybody. Let's move on to the last potential speaker, and that's Karen Ma. I just don't think Karen Ma is up to the job, and that is Samuel talking. So no for Samuel. Why? Not experienced in giving talks at all. Pay attention to the S here, and experienced is used as past participle describing her in use. This is like an adjective, okay? Experienced. So Samuel, Karen Ma, the answer is no. Okay, number 27, not experienced in giving talks with S, okay, ED, otherwise it's wrong. If you forgot the preposition, I'm sorry, it's wrong. You have to have the exact wording. You need to train yourself to write down everything, okay? Not experienced in giving talks at all. What about Annie? What does Annie think? What does Annie think? Annie think having a former police officer. Okay. I agree that she doesn't have a lot of experience in giving talk, but her background more than compensates for this. So Annie is supportive. Annie thinks that the background would help. So we have it here. Used to be a police officer, former officer, and is related to our topic. Okay. Used to be a police officer, or you can say a former police officer. That is also okay. So give yourself a tick. Moving on, let's find out what Felix thinks. All right, Felix thinks, I agree with your stance. So I agree with Annie. I think it's also positive to have Karen to be the speaker. Give a self-defense with a hyphen in between, self-defense demonstration. Okay, self-defense demonstration. Doesn't it sound exciting? Okay, give yourself a tick for number 25, a self-defense demonstration. Okay, I think we should definitely invite her. So Felix is a yes for Felix. It's a yes for Felix. Give a self-defense with a hyphen demonstration. All right, I'll give you 10 seconds to take the answers and check the score. Write down the score for me. Write down the score for me. All right, so for task 15, it is 15 points, 15 marks. Again, like how I mentioned it before, preferably you should get 70% or even 80% in task 1 and 2. But yeah, give yourself a hug if you didn't do so well. I think the most important thing is to find out why you never get them. It's not that you didn't hear it, right? Yeah, find out why. I can't tell you why you make those mistakes all the time. You have to ask yourself the question. All right, for task 3, it's 13 points. Let's have a look at the slideshow. For slide 1, let me zoom in. Okay, anti-crime campaign, we've got aims of the campaign, and you start with capital letter because that's what PowerPoints are like most of the time. Of the campaign, all these words they have to be there. Anti-crime campaign, aims of the campaign schedule. Okay, it's talking about the timeline, capital letter here, timeline, 1 word. Give yourself a tick. All right, let's go to the tape script and see why the answer is like that. Okay, first slide, aims of the campaign. Okay, there's no way you should get this wrong. Okay, next one, the next slide, campaign schedule, we have the timeline. Okay, timeline, although this is in small letter, this is a PowerPoint slide, so you have to start with capital letter here, unfortunately. Yeah, all right, moving on. Try to remember the mistakes you've made. It's so silly, right? You know the word. Highlight the talk, date and venue, speaker, capital letter for S, and the photo, capital letter. Okay, for this one, photo, it's okay to use small letter for me. Okay, because here they mean they put up a picture and it's not the wording. So yes, you can have small letter for number 31, but number 30 can also be small letter because they're only suggesting what it is. Oh, in that case, actually timeline can also be in small letter, I'm sorry. Because here they probably mean a picture, so you can use small letter, except for 28. 28, you really need to use capital. Oh, wait. You know what? All of them can be in small letter because aims of the campaign will be written in a sentence. So it's not exactly this wording. Small letter will do. Small letter will do. Give yourself a tick. Timeline, small letter. And then speaker will be somebody's name. So small letter is okay. Photo, small letter. Registration period can also be small letter. Contact person, small letter. Okay. So yes, give yourself a tick. Come and join us. Registration period, contact person, photo, speaker. Let's go to the text and see why the answer is like that. Okay, the date and venue, anything else? The speaker as well. Take photo, include a photo. Then the last slide, registration period, contact person here. Okay, right, next page. Part B. Fill in the missing information in the spaces below. Length of the slideshow is going to be 20 seconds with S. If you wrote 20 S, that's also okay. But if you've written the word, then it has to be seconds, okay? Seconds with S. Oh, actually, boys and girls, I prefer you not take that risk. Maybe we do not accept I don't think we should accept the short form. You should be able to spell seconds by yourself. So yes, I insist that you need to spell the word seconds. Okay, seconds. Tick. Where to display the slideshow? It will be the display screens with S on the ground floor, Where can we find the answers? Let's have a look. Okay. Display screens, 20 seconds, display screens on the ground floor with S. Okay, it runs from the 15th of February, 15th of February. Now for this one, you can use short form. So you don't have to spell the whole word. You can write in numbers, 15 / and then 2. Okay, or you can use 15 Feb, F-E-B. That's also okay to me. Okay, next, moving on. Follow-up action. What are the follow-up actions? First, we send a draft of the slideshow to Mr. Wong for approval. Okay, make necessary edits with S because there must be more than one change. So it should be necessary edits. Do you know how to spell necessary? Necessary spells with double S and one C. Necessary. So can you hear 2 S's there? And then number 39, send the final version to the IT helper. Place leaflets with S near the display screens with S. Okay, with S. All right, so let's have a look. I'll give you 10 seconds to tidy up your work first. Take the answers, do the corrections. Do not make the same mistake in the future, especially next year. So IT helper, IT needs to be in capital letter, I and T capital letter. Okay, we're moving on. Let's move on. So this one is a tick. Yeah. All right. So yeah, calculate the total score for this task, which is task 3. Is the total score is 13 points, 13 marks. Please write down your score. Now it starts to get difficult. I do expect you to get half of it correct, half of all the answers correct. So in this case, hopefully you can get 7 out of 13. If you couldn't, please have a look at why you miss out the answer again. Or is it because of carelessness? If it's carelessness, I really can't help you, okay? You need to be the one who's alert and tell yourself, 千祈唔好老定, write down everything you hear. Moving on. Oh, I forgot to show you on the tape script why the answer is like that. Okay, first draft. Okay, first draft to Mr. Wong. Necessary edits. IT helper. Place leaflets near the display screen. So these were mentioned in the tape. Moving on. Okay, I'm sorry, I feel terrible for not speaking up straight away, but the fact is I didn't have the courage to speak up. Xavier said that. Let's have a look. What's the problem? Okay, it's talking about this boy saw a crime and he did not report the crime immediately. And then they were asking him why you didn't report the crime earlier. And the answer is he didn't have the courage to speak up. Okay, didn't have the courage to speak up. Do you know how to spell courage? Yeah, do you know how to spell courage? Next, what did Xavier learn from the anti-campaign? Well, I hope you had underlined some keywords when they give you time to familiarize yourself with the task. The second question was, what did he learn from the anti-crime campaign, and encourage him to come forward to, that means report the case. What was it? Reporting a crime may help preventing future crimes. Listen up. What here means they're asking for a noun. They're asking for a noun or a gerund, an activity, an action. And that's why you should have it written in gerund, reporting a crime. This whole thing is a noun phrase, okay? Prevent future crimes. Let's see if the S here is a must. Yes, it is a must. And because this is a practice, I want you to be strict on yourself, on your performance. So you will always remember not to ignore the plural S. The plural S here. Reporting a crime may help prevent future crimes. Next, when did it happen? When exactly did it happen? 24th of January. And as usual, you can use small letter for number 47. It asks you when incident happened, and you can say the date, or you can say exactly 1 month ago. Of course, you can write in numbers. That is okay. 27th, and it's January. Okay, January. Next, moving on, we've got what does Xavier do? What was he doing when he witnessed the crime? Returning. Okay, again, asking for what? The activity, the action in Jaren. Returning from the staff room to his classroom. Staff room is one word. Staff room is one word. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the answer. I was returning from the staff room to my classroom. Okay. He was breaking open a locker. He took a wallet from the locker. Okay, let's have a look at the answer. So what did he see? First, Mark used a piece of metal to break open or break into a locker. Exact wording, everybody, to infinitive, no change. I hope you had highlighted the word tools to know that you cannot use the verb in a different form. Then he stole, past tense, he stole something. Wallet, the word has to be there. Wallet from the locker. Exact wording, please, everybody. And lastly, Mark, okay, Mark saw him and told him not to tell anyone. Give yourself a take, exact wording. Oh, okay, you can say Mark saw him, comma, told him not to tell anyone. I can accept it if you didn't have the word and, but the rest of it should be the same wording. All right, so let's have a look at the next one. Yeah, Mark saw me and told me not to tell anyone. Exact wording, please. Exact wording. All right, and then some conversation here to test people who are dreaming. 呢度係線啲發夢同學㗎，成3、4句嚇，唔關冇答案嘅係咪？ But then all of a sudden we see an answer by Mr. Zhang. No, they have not. No student has reported, present perfect tense, any lost in the past month. No student has reported any loss in the past month. So it is here, has not reported the crime, or no student has reported any loss. Okay? So 2 answers here that are acceptable. All right, finally, we have how is Mr. Zhang going to follow up on Xavier's report? So you start with he will. It has to be future tense, okay? Future tense, because follow up means it's happening in the future. We'll check the security footage. Where can we find the answer? Let's have a look. Here, check the security footage. Do you know how to spell security footage? Okay, confirm your statements. Do you know how to spell statement? Is one word. Footage here. All right, and then next we'll talk to the victim. The word victim was learned in Form 1 about the situational writing, right? Mesa, she was the victim of the bully incident. All right, so these 2 answers, you either know it or you don't. Tick. We also accept you will talk to the owner of the locker, but you need to spell the word owner correctly. How does Xavier feel after talking to Mr. Zheng and Annie? Well, he is worried. I don't know why they think it's difficult. Let's have a look. It does seem strange that they didn't report the crime. Now I'm a bit worried. Oh my God, why is it difficult? Why is this difficult? I don't understand. Is this difficult? What does the star mean? I forgot what the star means. Anyways, it should be worried. Yeah. Do Do you know what relieved is? 鬆一口氣啊嚇 ，relieved 要識㗎啦呢啲字 ，relieved 鬆一口氣，仲未識嘅唔該真係讀幾廿萬次啊唔該，連到周圍都係啊。Depressed is a sad feeling when you're very sad. Okay, it could lead to illnesses. Okay, 抑鬱啊。Of course, sometimes it's not as serious. People just say it to get people's attention. I'm depressed, you know. So yes, for task 4, let's have a look. For task 4, the what am I doing? Task 4, total score would be 11. Okay, for this task is for people who aim at level 5 or above. So I would say maybe if you want level 4, maybe you probably just got 40% of the answers correct. If you want to get level 5, you need to get at least 70% of the answers correct. Okay, yeah. So yeah, good luck next year. But well done for the trainings, for listening, and then you're going to have your listening exam next week. So good luck to that. Can you please help me to write down the score over here for tasks 1 to 4? 1 to 4. Okay, please write down the score here. All right, here, here, and here. Then do one thing for me. Can you do one thing for me? Which is to add up the total score. Add up the total score. You draw a line here and you write down the total score here. What's the total score? What's the total score? So you write it down by yourself and then your score here. Okay, your score here. That's it.